is what's important. To see the changes, to be the change. We got all these fancy words, but we don't live them. And we talk about, today's talk is learning to deal with your negative emotions through the technique of meditation. Really, Sri Patanjali tells us in the great yoga book of science, meditation, what meditation really does is it helps you to see what's happening in your mind. And then when you see it, then you will know what you need to work on. It actually purges all the rubbish out. Anybody who meditates will know this. As soon as you sit down, I can't keep my mind quiet. Especially, of course, when you're busy, because a list will go up your head. But especially when you're angry with somebody, or you're hurt by somebody, or you're jealous of somebody, or you yourself feel that you're a victim. Poor me syndrome. Those are the things you have to watch out in your own mind. And when these thoughts come up in your own mind, there's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame. In fact, all the people that take you there, you need to thank them. Because the journey of the soul is to overcome every single obstacle. That's our journey. The world will give us obstacles. Haven't you noticed? Yes. Isn't it true? Anybody not have an obstacle? No. But when do you feel happy? When do you feel happy? When do you have your peace? That's the question you need to ask. When do I feel peaceful? When I have the obstacle, I'm able to observe it. Sometimes you have to battle through it. How to battle through it? Through love and respect and honor. Sometimes you have to battle through it. As Gandhi had to battle for independence of India, how did he do it? Non-violence, non-greed, right? He did it. He managed to change the whole British government by his non-violence. Do you see the power of these teachings? He wasn't a coward. Was he a coward? He was beaten how many times? He was thrown into prison how many times? Why didn't he say, oh, poor me, I was just doing good for all my people, and look what happened to me? Didn't say that, did he? Not for a single second. Because he was really doing it from the love of his heart. Because he was walking his talk. Because he really loved his people. And because he really wanted freedom. Freedom for people to live the way they wanted to. That was the sincerity. That was what changed things. The sincerity, the love, the selflessness. He didn't need to do it. He was a lawyer. He could make big bucks. He chose to give up his wages to help all those who hadn't got anything. He chose it. Did he have to do it? No. So what I'm saying here is, when we talk about our negative thoughts and how to change them through meditation, it is really important to know when those thoughts come up in your mind, or the emotions, because the emotions are more powerful than the thoughts. So when the emotions of anger come up, jealousy come up, fear come up, watch them and ask yourself, even before you start to meditate, why are they coming up? What in me is so fearful? And if you look at the word fear, fear comes from fear of losing anything. Fear of losing your name, fear of losing your money, fear of losing your home, fear of losing your partner, fear of losing your friends, fear of losing your self-importance. But what do you fear? Because when you die, you're going to lose it all anyway. All of it. Nothing stays, you cannot take anything with you. So this is the idea of spirituality, to realize this real one truth. So why are you wasting so much time in fear, in disharmony, in jealousy, when time is really quite precious? We chose a human existence to grow spiritually, journey of the soul. The wars will never stop, but we can change it when we stop creating wars in our own minds. So when you look at your negative emotions, it's really important to be truthful. And this is one of the great teachings of yoga, truthfulness. I can't change anybody, but I can look at these negative emotions and work on me. Work at making myself, fine-tune myself to be a better person. Because this is what I love in others. Don't you love it when people are kind? Don't you love that in others? Don't you love yourself when you do a good deed or a generous deed? Does it make you feel good? You know, these are great things. We do much charity, and people say, oh, thank you for doing that. I said, no, please do not thank us. It is those people that are in so much pain that allow us to serve them so that we can feel good about ourselves. Do you know? It is the truth. It is the truth. Poor guys have to do that so we can feel good, because that's the best, you know, when we go to, especially Les and Shantina, we look after this family in Sevilla. Because it's so near, we can constantly go. And they have 3 special needs children. And, you know, when we get there and we take the food there and we take the money we raise there, and, you know, the husband, he always cries. And what he tells us, really, Jesus sent you to me. And I go, well, Jesus loves you so much. Do you know, because that's his belief system. So I cried so much, and he sent you to me. I said, no, it's your pure heart that you love your children that sent us to you. You know, how did we hear about you? My daughter heard about you from one charity, and she says, Mom, they have 3 special needs kids. Can you help them? Les and I go, and then we see this situation, and we come home and think, my God, I can't be living in a comfortable bed like this in a comfortable home when there are 5 of them living in one tiny room with a toilet in the kitchen, you know. I can't do it. We couldn't do it, you know, like, something is not right with our system. And this is really, and then of course, then your mind doesn't go into your own silly things like, I need an extra dress. Oh my God, that's far from your mind. It's not even important. It's not even important. Those things are not important. My wardrobes are full. I don't need one thing more. So do you see the mind, the trap of the mind is all the desires. You know, the Upanishads say very clearly, we are what our deepest desire is. As our deepest desire, so it will be our destiny. So if one is wise, make your deepest desire finding your true self with a capital S. Who am I really? Who am I before I came to this body? And who will I be after I leave this body? And when your desire is to find this self, this is the journey of the soul, right? So all the scriptures tell us, simply, where is the kingdom of heaven? Within. Within you. Deep inside of you. Go in. You're all doing meditation. I'm sure many of you. Why are you meditating? To go inwards. Because the answers, the soul, where we are all the same. And that's the truth. We're all the same. And even in body, we're all the same. We're very lucky people because all of us will die and all of us will have a coffin. And some will get burned and some will get buried. But we will have a box. You know, I have a box. So how are we different? We are only different in the sense of vibration while we are living. So our job here is to raise our vibration and awareness and really to save our souls. And on the way there, help those who are sad or broken or troubled, and really to tell them not to worry, that there's no God picking on them or no energy picking on them, and they're not victims but divine children of love and light, because that's what we all are. We come from light and we come from sound. When we go to light and we go to sound, because this is our vibration, and that's all we can do on this path. Nothing else. We're nothing better than anybody else. And this is the human mission. This is why when we don't follow that mission, we fall into deep depression, deep sadness, deep anger, fear, worry, because we got so caught up in our material existence, and we've forgotten, that's all. Nothing else. We just forgot. And meditation is there to remind us. So that's why we meditate, to go within. And all the scriptures and all the yogi says, where do you find this truth of who you are? And it tells us, deep within the hearts of all, Bhagavad Gita. There lives the light of all lights. So there's your answer deep in your own heart. There's the answer. There's nowhere else to look. So, many times I've seen people spend an entire lifetime blaming everybody else. And at the end of their time, there's nobody else to blame, but there's no peace anymore. So there's no peace, and they'll say, oh my God, I spent my whole life being angry. What for? What for? What did it all mean? Nothing. And then there's a bitterness, and there's a sadness, and then there's a clinging to bodily life, as Sri Patanjali tells us. And you don't want to go, you don't want to die, but sorry, your time's up, it's too late. So the whole spiritual practice is to understand the process of life and death and our journey through it. And dealing with our emotions is a very important part of it. And we spend so much time analyzing other people's emotions, I think we should really spend more time looking at our own. And so when you start meditation, of course the negative will come up. And after all my years of working with people and counseling and spiritual counseling, if you've gone through something that has hurt you a lot, the only thing to do with it, if you've repeated it again and again and again till you're so sick of hearing your own voice, know right away, by repeating it, it's not going to heal it. It's not going to go away. You have to deal with it. And to deal with it, you have to sit yourself down and look at you straight in the face and honestly, without judging yourself. You're just an instrument. So don't judge you. This is where we fail. You see, this is where most people fail, and this is what I've seen. They go to a psychiatrist, they find their problem, then they know their problem, then they go back again, and they talk about the same problem again, and they talk about the same problem again, and again, and again. And as my master would have said to us, said, I don't know why you have a problem, you want to repeat it 1,000 times and give it so much energy. It's true, isn't it? And when he said that, I thought, that's exactly what I'm doing in my mind when I was 35 years old then. I'm 63 now, so it's time. It's a process. It's a process, and that's why I'm telling all of you here, this process is a very exciting process. When you start the process straight within you and not stare at other people and have expectations for others to do it for you. So look at your weaknesses, that's what you do. But you don't look at the weaknesses to judge yourself. Oh, I can't do this, I'm so silly. No. This is a weakness. I give myself time to build myself up. And you can. Because by that time, you can watch you. So you've contacted your divine source. You've contacted just by saying, I'm going to take time to sort myself out. You've contacted that power, the witness we call it, within you. The one when you're in deep relaxation and you can watch all that's going on. But rather than being grasped by these thoughts, you now can watch them without judgment. Now this takes practice and time. When you give yourself the practice and you give yourself time, and I have seen it, people achieve it. They just do achieve it. They just do achieve it. It's a program that just works. It's a perfect formula. It's a perfect formula. And this is why I love teaching Raj Yoga, because it's about each one of us practicing for ourselves, And until we do, we won't get the results. We just won't get the results. So it's really important that people learn to do this for themselves. And this is why I said I've been doing this for 33 years. So now from next year, I'm going to cut down with the people I've been doing it for years and years and years and years. And now they have to do it themselves. Because sometimes when people know you are there, they kind of realize, okay, I'll go and I'll feel better for 1 week or 2 weeks, and then it's back to square one. So I think it's really nice. I'll always be there. Always be there. For those who know me, always, and for the new ones too, but not so often, because I think it's really important people get to grips with the practice themselves and enjoy the gift it gives, the gift it gives you, a gift is given me. You know, the way it's transformed my life from hell to heaven. How did it happen? How did it happen? The miracles I witnessed, the miracles in other people's lives I witnessed. I think I must have the most blessed life on this earth. And it's not been easy. You know, I've lost a lot of my loved ones in the last few years. It hasn't been easy, but boy, has it been beautiful. And I think everybody deserves to live like this. It hasn't been easy, but it's been beautiful. And guess what? When do you love yourself the most? When you take the negative and you transform it into medicine. Because this is what we call in the teachings as well. They call it tapas. Sri Patanjali calls tapas. When you take something that hurts you a lot and you don't cause pain in return to anybody else, and you look at it, that's really hard. Because you have to, in the beginning, swallow that anger, swallow that jealousy, swallow that pride, and say there's nobody to blame. I am the one who reacts in the wrong way. And it doesn't matter if they are to blame, because you're going to go beyond blame. This is the spiritual aspirant's journey, to go beyond. Everybody can. You hurt me, I hurt you. You love me, I love you. Easy to do. No big deal. Anybody can do it. A child does it all the time. It's to go beyond pleasure and pain, as the Bhagavad Gita said. He tells Arjuna, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, the moment you come on this earth, you are going to feel pleasure and pain, good and bad, hot and cold, all the opposites, because this is the nature of our earth. Patiently, he says, endure them. In time, if you practice on yourself, you transcend them. But it's a process. First you have to deal with it, and this is why I love the science of Sri Patanjali. First you deal with it humanly, which he gives us the 4 locks and keys, how to deal with people, and maybe another day I will talk about 4 locks and keys again and again. You know, I love them, because this is how you deal on a physical, people-to-people level. And once you've learned to master the 4 locks and keys, then you go beyond the 4 locks and keys to whatever. You don't even think about, whatever. I was telling them yesterday, a few months ago, I got a really negative letter from somebody. I don't know why, for no reason. Somebody I love very, very much, very close to, very nasty. And tried to answer nicely back. Even worse, back to me. The answer to words, Om Shanti. Whatever. You want to think this way of me? Brilliant. Your choice, you know. I love you. Irrelevant. But I know that you bite now, so I stay away. That's easy. Not my loss, her loss. I didn't lose anything. But I feel sad. She lost a very close friend in me. But I know if she says sorry, I'll just forgive it immediately. I have already. Really, in my heart, I have already. But if you let people know too soon, they don't learn. Do you see? That their wrong action is wrong. You know, if I let, but I don't need to go back and forth. I stop the energy. She can continue until the pain will hurt her so much. And I don't want that for her. But this is the journey she chose. And I hope with that she learns not to do this to anybody else. Do you know? And it's good. It's about what does it do for me? What happens to me? I'm free. I'm really free. It's not my head at night. Do you know? It's such a great feeling. Such a great feeling. Such a great feeling. To hit your pillow at night and go, God bless, may the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light, and then look at my partner's face and say, thank you for my gift, and go to sleep. Done. Do you know? It's done. The mind is so clear. And I think we all need that gift. While we're living, that's the whole spiritual practice. It's too late when you die. You know you're going to have to come back and do it all over again if you don't learn it. So, which is not a bad thing, because next time around, because you've gone so far, nothing is lost. You will just continue. Nothing is lost. Nothing we do is lost in an energetic field. It's not lost. It's always, it just moves forward. So now I'm going to ask you for the first working with the emotions. I would like you all to kind of like sit straight. And if you want to sit on the floor, just be really comfortable. And if you can't sit cross-legged, sit any way that is comfortable for you. So if you can close your eyes. Just breathe. Just breathe deeply. And listen to your breath as it goes in and out. And as you breathe out here in your own energy level, hum. And as you breathe in here, so hum. And gently feel your shoulders relaxing. Move your head from side to side to release any tension. Breathe in again deeply. Feel your legs relaxing, your arms relaxing. Feel the warmth enter your fingertips and feel the tingling on the fingertips as you relax. Feel the warmth coming from your abdomen up to your heart area. And feel this warmth in your heart. Wear a smile on your lips. And think of something really joyful. Something that's made you so happy and so joyful. Think of that moment. And now, see yourself as you are dressed today in your heart area. Look at your own face. What do you see? Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Are you loving your life? And now, I would like you to bring up something painful that keeps recurring in your life, some emotion. What is it? What is it? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it anger? Is it blame? What keeps coming up? Is it bad health? What is it? What is it that keeps coming up again and again? I want you to really bring it to your heart area and look at it. Allow the emotions to rise up around. Be truthful with your emotions. Be truthful if you're angry or fearful or scared or timid, whatever. Be truthful. Allow it. Allow it. Don't be afraid of it. And now cover your feelings with a warm glow of that joyful image you saw just before. Something that made you so happy. Something that brings a smile to your lips. And now look at what you brought up that wasn't so beautiful inside of you, and cover it with its love. And look at it and said, you have come into my life to teach me something. You have come so I can overcome you, not allow you to overcome me. I thank you for teaching me this great lesson. But I'm telling you now, I'm done. And you can leave me because I am determined to find my peace now. I am done. I've had enough of the same old fear, the same old anger. Thank you for teaching me this. And now, I will cover you with love and light and allow the emotion of peace to enter my heart, embrace you, the pain, the suffering. And imagine the black smoke, the negative energy leaving your body through your feet and going out through the window, gone forever. Imagine it as you think, so it becomes. And say goodbye. See yourself waving goodbye and just having a great giggle and a great laugh. Oh my God, I allow you to control me for so many years. I must be mad. And just have a great laugh. Keep it light. And now just be in silence for a few minutes. And just allow whatever comes up. Before you open your eyes, smile. It really helps. Thank you. So this is one of the techniques to work. This is one of the techniques to work with yourself. This is one of the techniques. Because the mind, as the yogis say, is like a drunken monkey stung by a scorpion and possessed by demons. So this practice has to be done daily on yourself. No point doing it, and the mind will keep saying, no, it's your fault, somebody else's, but that person brought me into a situation. Doesn't matter, it came to you for a reason. You can say, that person brought me here. You can say it 1,000,000 times. Doesn't matter, it's not going to change it. The only person that can change it is yourself. Only person can say it. And that's the way you have your attitude towards the problem. Nobody else can change that for you. It's your attitude, and it's your choice to allow somebody to hurt you or not. There's this wonderful story about this sage who comes to this village, and in this village they have a landlord, and the landlord is always torturing the poor villagers, and every time wants more and more money from them. So they're getting really stressed out, and the whole village is in fear of this landlord, and they don't have the strength to speak up for themselves. So what happens is, the sage comes through the village, sees all these people living in fear, and he goes, but you are so many, just one. And what are you fearful of? What have you done wrong? What have you done wrong? Nothing. We always pay our rent on time. We pay the taxes on time. But every time we do, they want more and more, and we are just not able to pay anymore. So we are so stressed up, and we have no more money to earn, because when there's a bad crop, we have no money to give the landlord. And he says it's going to take all the land away from us. So he said, I'll teach you how to be strong. They're a bit scared. That's all fear. One man, right? So what he taught them was the science of yoga, and he taught them to, to believe in who they were, and collectively, in a manner of peace, they could revolve. So what did they do? They all got together in harmony and love, and they went to the landlord and said, sorry, we're not giving you any extra anymore. And they weren't fearful. They weren't angry. They just said, we're not doing it. What can you take our land? Take our land. You can't destroy us. We can't give you any more. You take our land, you get no more money. We'll move to another village. See, no fear. We'll move to another village. We don't need to take this. It gave them the strength to know, anyway, this world is temporary. That's what the sage gave them. What are you so fearful for? So being bullied and manipulated and hurt and made to feel so small. So the landlord got so angry because they were so sensible and so truthful and not afraid to leave if they had to. The landlord realized he had no more control over these people, lost total control. So he went to the sage. He said, you know what, I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to kill him, I'm going to swear at him. But he was also a religious man. And in India, when people are religious, you're not allowed to kill the saints, because it's like if you hurt any saint, it's like 100 times evil will befall you. That's the Indian truth, right? So he walked in and he started swearing at the sage, and the sage was smiling. Let him shout, let him shout, let him shout. And he took a knife and he was about to stab the sage, and the sage is still smiling, and he dropped the knife and he said, how come you're not reacting to my insults and my curses? And he goes, because they're your insults and your curses. I know I'm not the things you call me, so I'm happy. You haven't been able to destroy me. And the landlord changed from that day, because you see, it was so truthful. He really did not allow fear to overcome me. If he kills me, no problem. I have to die one day anyway, right? Do you see, when there's no fear, then you can really grow in yourself and become who you're born to be. We're all born to be light and sound and happy souls, and, we talk about spirituality. Where is the humanity in it? That's the most important thing of spirituality, humanity. Care for another person that's not next to you. Awareness. If we're all one, how can you swear at the person next to you? But first, before you can even understand the kindness to others, you have to understand the kindness in you and build up your own kindness, build up your own light. And this is why I said, first of all, before you meditate, if you meditate on something painful, it's going to be really hard for you to even get over it. But to first bring up the light in you, the smile in you, the joy in you, and then you are strong enough to deal with the pain in you. And when you're strong enough to deal with the pain in you, then it's much easier to conquer. But we start from a weak place. I'm not good enough, I'll never get over it, it's always your fault. So you can try for years, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. Everything, don't you know, this is the journey. The journey here is actually overcoming all our personal obstacles, and this is why Paramahansa Yogananda said so simply, the biggest battle you have to face in your own life is the battle over your own mind, nobody else's. And the story of the two wolves. Always remember that story because it's so simple but so effective. There are two wolves that live in your head. One that's always arrogant, jealous, painful, annoyed, and the other one's always peaceful, joyful, generous, kind. Which wolf wins? The one you feed. The one you feed. Always remember, if I'm in a terrible state, it's because I'm feeding a terrible thought. I'm feeling sorry for myself. My desires, I want this to happen like this way. It's not going to happen unless you change the way you think. And then we say the world's not working for us. Of course it isn't, because as we think it will become. It is our thoughts that are not working for us. So like that sage, you can change. You can either feel fearful and angry, or you can feel, okay, you know what? It's come to me, as Sri Patanjali say, accept pain for purification. This is making me stronger. You know, when I got that horrible letter, I go, you know, I actually had to thank that person in my head. Because first, of course, when somebody sends you something, you feel that tinge, right? But immediately after that, because of years of training, I thought, I really have to thank her. People have been too nice to me recently. It's true. How do I know if I can still do this if somebody's asked, could I lose the practice? You know, it's true. And I realized, oh my God, I haven't lost the practice. Thank God. I really, really thought that in my head. And I go, thank you, God, for giving me this test. Give me as many as you like. If I can pass it each time, I become freer. I just become freer. Nobody else benefits but me. But when I benefit, my home benefits, my children benefits, my students benefit, everybody benefits, because I can show them it can be done. And I'm just the same as all of you, no different. I run a home, I pay bills, I look after things, you know. I cooked lunch for my daughter today and my granddaughter. You know, we had Les's son here from England. We had a great breakfast together. I had 100 phone calls to make because it's Diwali. And it's all fun. Do you see what I'm saying? If I can do it, we can all do it. We live the same kind of life. We have families, and yet we have a spiritual calling too. And we should attend to that calling, because that's where we are going to go to. The rest is going to be left behind. My family and I will be, you know, one of us will die soon, or my husband died 9 years ago. So one of us is going to go. And you know, I tell Liz we have a lovely gift of a relationship, but I may go first, or you may go first, when we've chose to love and you know, one day lose, rather than not to love at all. But knowing this is really important. Nothing belongs to us. And this is what makes the relationship great, because you know nothing belongs to you, so you treasure everything. You don't spend so much time on, oh, you did this, and you did this, and I did the dishes today, so today is your turn, and a lot of nonsense we go through. If I am tired, he just takes over. When he's tired, I just take over. And that's how we do it, and we do it by vibration. You know, it's just by vibration. And if it's 4 days I'm too tired, he does the 4 days completely. And if it's 4 days he's too tired, I'll do another 5 days. It really doesn't matter. Of course, when it goes out of balance, so we have a talk. Listen, hey, now you're taking advantage of me. You know, we talk to each other so truthfully. No more, I'm not going to do it if you take advantage of me. And we do this. And it's so clean, there's no argument, and we both have a great laugh. And go, I'm sorry. You know, it happens. We're human. We are human. We just do it, you know. It's all this thing, you know. I'm a teacher, and I get some of my young teachers, you know, I teach them, they think they know it better. They go treat their partners as if they're a piece of dirt because they've got a little bit of information now. So what makes you so great? What have you learned from me? To be arrogant? My master used to say, silver cage, gold cage, still a cage. And I love him for being so truthful. I was so grateful to this truth. Still a cage. You don't want to be in a cage. You want to be free. That's our birthright. And what holds us back is these emotions. So when we meditate, spend the first 5 minutes, like we did just now, and I'm going to give you another technique. Okay? Now these are for people who obviously, who've had traumas in their childhood. Okay? Many people have gone through some really horrific thing, maybe, you know, alcoholic parents, or, you know, drug abuse, sex abuse, whatever abuse. I have seen so much. Or even verbal abuse, or constantly be told you're stupid or you're silly, or, you know, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. And this second meditation is to connect with that child within you, which is still suffering, and needs you to connect with it at that time, to talk to that child within, and then to let the pain go. Okay? So because there's lots of people who've gone through it. Sometimes parents do such horrible things to their children, you know, and bring so much shame to the children that the children, although seem to manage, they become adults, but it's still like, and until we totally let that go, we can't be free. So this is another meditation or creative visualization we do, so I would like to teach you that one too, in case you've had anybody in your life who's treated you quite badly or hurt you to a great degree. Close your eyes. Again, move your head from side to side, releasing all the tension. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, round them towards the back, and bring them down towards the floor. And feel your legs relaxing, your arms, your wrist, the palms of your hands, your fingertips, all relaxing. And bring your attention to your heart area. And again, see a golden sun there, like a disc spinning, golden light. And now I want you to take that golden light from your heart and bring it to your solar plexus area, where your belly button is. See that golden light spinning right there at solar. That's why it's called solar. That's where the sun, the courage comes from. And see yourself as you're dressed today. Again, wear a smile on your lips. Take the joy from your heart and bring it deeper into your solar plexus. Your stomach may make a noise. Don't worry, it's very normal. And turn that light round and round your solar plexus. And as you're turning it round and round, go back to a point your childhood or teenage years or married life, whatever, where you have experienced an acute memory of pain. See yourself while you're going through that acute pain. See your face. So sad, so broken, so torn. Feel ripped apart. See it. I want you to see you when you felt like that. You may feel a bit nauseated. If you do not worry, normal. And now I want to see you to see yourself as you are today. My God, considering you went through that, you turned out so well. You're absolutely okay. Yeah, so you got a little bit of negativity here and there, no big deal. You still are okay. You're walking on your 2 feet. You turned out so well. You turned out so well. And now I want you to walk back to that person who is suffering as you are today and give them a huge hug, and say, I'm so sorry. You've gone through all this pain, but look, I am you and I've turned out so well. So congratulations. And give that child the hug. And see that child cry. And say, look, it's done now. We're okay. We're both okay. And now watch that child, that sad, sad child, look at you and smile. And just smile and said, I went through it, I did it. You're right. And see the child waving to you, skipping along, happy again. And you look at yourself. And you smile. And you give yourself a hug and say, I did it, I did do it, I have done it. I am strong. I'm not as weak as I thought I was. Thank you, I've done it. Energy, I've done it. And see yourself rise up to your heart area. Now you can let the past go. It's finished. It's over. And deal with the present in love. Deal with the present in love. And now look at your present. What's happening? And if you're not okay, it's okay to say, I'm not okay. Really okay. At least I know now, and I can work on it. And tap yourself at the back and say, good, I can work on this. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid to face the truth. And just reflect on that. So deep breath in. Exhale and sigh. Let go. Let go. And we will come to our final meditation. Yes, did you give us the Om? Yeah. And the final meditation, which will take only a few minutes, is the highest meditation of all. It's getting in touch with your higher self, the self with a capital S, the divine within, the light within. Sri Patanjali tells us, we come from vibration, and this vibration that created us, it's the sound. And he tells us that when we meditate on this word Om and reflect on its meaning, it is extremely powerful. So when we have the Om on, I just want you to, because I don't want to talk while it's on, I'll just tell you when to finish. I want you to be aware of the way the Om goes into your cells, all right? How you feel on the crown of your head, your fingertips, it's really nice if you sit with the palms open, as if you're receiving that. And feel it enter every single cell of your body, and how, as it moves along, you and it become one. And try to lose yourself in the sound. Just lose yourself in the sound. Just see how you feel. Just observe. Just observe, nothing else. And say, this is my connection with where I came from. My original source of oneness. My original source of the original creation. This is where I've come from, this vibration. And try and just feel that. If you really meditate like that, this is the highest level. By itself, all your weaknesses will come up very quickly and be healed very quickly. So this is the highest meditation of all, which is just being in the consciousness, right? Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace to all the natural disasters. Peace to all our mental problems. Peace to all our physical problems and diseases. Peace. May we always experience the quiet, even though the world is so noisy. May we always experience the peace, even though there are troubled times. May we center ourselves in the Om of the Self and the Higher Self, always remembering this is only a journey and not where we're going to stay forever. May we always remember that we are spirit and light and sound, and as such behave with honor, integrity, kindness, goodness, laughter, love. May we never forget this truth, and may we always live in harmony with our earth. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. May the light of truth overcome all the darkness that lives in our minds. Victory to that light. Jai Shri Sadguru Sachidananda Ji Maharaj Ki Jai.